Okay, we are live. Might wait a few minutes until we get a couple of viewers, but by the name of the title, this is going to be a side-by-side Pilsnerillo tasting. So I'm going to have, in the Liberty Brewing glass, I'm going to pour my Pilsnerillo, which is basically a Amarillo Pilsner. And in this one I'm going to put in Tim's Pilsnerillo. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll pour them up, and then as people join I can just tell you a little bit more about the beer. So yep, we'll pour up Tim's Pilsnerillo first on this side in this glass. So thanks very much for this, Tim. Cheers, Chris. Thought we'd crack both the Pilsners at the same time. Pour up Tim's. Tim's is in a big, I think it's a big 1.5 litre PET bottle. So there'll be plenty left after doing this tasting. So that's Tim's one there. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So yeah, there's Tim's one there, and we'll crack mine. Looks like there's a bit of condensation. Yeah, I just did a test run, Matt, and then yeah, just basically want to check the quality and then start it up again. So yeah, Tim's one there, my one here, and I'll tell you a bit about each, and then we'll dive into them. So the first difference is Tim's is out of the keg, and mine is bottle conditioned. Get them fairly even. Looks pretty even to me. Okay, so yeah, we'll run through the ingredients first because there are a couple of slight variations apart from, so they've both got Amarillo in, all hot with. Hey, how's it going? Nice one, Dave. I'm doing a side-by-side of Tim from Huntsman's Brewing Pilsnerillo with my one here. So we'll go through Tim's one. So the bulk of it is Pilsner malt, and then he's got about 5-6% of Flaked Barley. The yeast is WLP 830, White Labs German Lager. My one is 87% Pilsner. It's got about 6% Gladiator, which is like Carapils. And probably the main difference is I put just over 4% Toffee malt in here just to try and get a little touch of sweetness. And there's some acidulated malt, about 3% in here as well. The yeast I use is the SAF W3470. What else can I tell you? Tim's came in at 5%, mine came in at 6%. Like I say, this was keg conditioned, mine's bottled. The finishing gravity is about the same. Tim's came in at 1007, mine came in at 1008. Yeah, and Tim used some gelatin in his, and mine I've tried to clear it naturally, but yeah, it's going to be a bit hazy by the look of it. Oh, both beers had a dry hop as well. Yeah, mine's probably a little bit darker perhaps from the Toffee malt. So yeah, both had a dry hop. Tim's is a full batch, mine is a half batch. Tim used about 350 grams all up for the boil and the dry hop, and I used, if you scale it up, I would have used about 300, so yeah, pretty close in hop levels. So yeah, looking forward to tucking into it. Sorry, I'm set up on some dodgy multi-stacked system here, so hopefully it doesn't all come tumbling down, but cheers guys, cheers to you all, cheers Tim. We'll get a nose on yours. Do you think we should do nose, taste, or nose, taste, what do you reckon? Now I think Tim did a bigger dry hop than I did. So most of mine went into the boil, smaller dry hop. Tim did a smaller amount in the boil, but a bigger dry hop. Definitely smell that Amarillo, that citrus, sort of orange rind coming off the top there, Tim. So there's nothing in the malts that's going to add any sweetness because it is pretty much just Pilsner and Flaked Barley. Sounds good, Chris? Chris is going for a Heineken. Okay, so I'm going to do a nose on mine as well. I should point out this is my first all-grain Pilsner or lager. I don't know why it's taken me so long. Oh, and big shout out to Carl from Floor Sweepers Union. Carl gave me all the Amarillo hops for this. So shout out to you, Carl. Okay, so I'm getting the hops similar levels to Tim, but I'm definitely getting some of the little bit of sweetness from that toffee malt. It does actually smell a little bit like the coating that you get off a candy apple. Oh, it's almost going to dive in there. So yeah, aroma wise, similar hop levels, but a little bit of sweetness from the toffee malt. Should sort of talk about the appearance more. Hey Stas. So yeah, Tim's is definitely clearer. It's got condensation on it, but it's definitely clear with that gelatin. Yeah, mine is hazy. There's no two words about it. I think we fermented. Tim might have been a little bit higher. I think his was because he was overseas at the time, so I think he fermented a little bit higher, about 16. I started off at 12 degrees, and then we both raised the temperature up. I had mine sitting at about 21 degrees for about a week at the end, just to do a good diacetyl rest and yeah, just try and clean up the beer. So yeah, they've colour-wise, yeah, mine's a little bit darker, like I say, probably from that toffee malt. Actually, I'll bring them a bit closer. Tim's is definitely clearer. Both holding a very similar sort of ring of head on the top. So I'm going to dive in. Cheers, Tim. Oh, straight away getting those hops on the flavour. More so than the aroma. The aroma was a little bit probably lighter than I maybe expected. Cheers, Mike. But definitely it's pretty juicy in the flavour. Definitely getting a nice juicy sort of citrus, orange rind sort of marmalade coming through. Yep, so both Amarillo Pils. The main difference in the malt bill is I've got a touch of toffee malt. Don't believe they're clones. Mine I pretty much made up, although I used Tim's as a starting base and then tweaked the malts. But yeah, that's definitely nice and juicy with the hops. Bitterness seems a little bit on the low side. I was maybe expecting a little bit more bitterness there. Yeah, bitterness is pretty moderate, I'd say, but very nice, very drinkable. So that's Tim's, that's 5%. So we'll get into my one now. Definitely picking up the hops. I don't know if I'm picking them up as much as Tim's. My initial reaction is, yeah, it's pretty orange zesty, orange zest sort of marmalade in Tim's. Mine's getting the orange coming through, but I think the toffee malt, because it's giving a little bit of sweetness, it's sort of mixing in with the hops more. Touch more bitterness in mine. I completely forgot to write down how much bitterness, what the IBUs were. But yeah, a little bit more, sort of moderate bitterness. I thought I went for, yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah, I'll put it down below when I'm finished. I want to want to say sort of around 30ish, maybe a little bit more. Tim's tastes a little bit lower than that. Yeah, I did at the start. What I'll do is when I finish in the description, I'll do a little bit of a breakdown of just the recipe, the percentages of malts and the yeast, ABV, etc., final gravity, without going into the full recipe. But yeah, that is nice, Tim. It's yours. Yours is definitely tastes. Yeah, the hops are coming through more than on mine. I don't know why I thought putting a touch of toffee malt in there was a good idea. It's definitely adding a bit of sweetness, but I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It's sort of almost made the orange from the hops a little bit candy, if that makes sense, like almost like slight candy orange. Yeah, it's interesting. So they're not exactly the same recipes. So and the idea was I wasn't going to compare them on that basis. But yeah, just try and it's good to have two beers because you drink a beer on its own, and it's not until you have another beer that you can sort of start to pick up the differences or what you are picking up in one beer or the other. That is really nice, Tim. Luckily, Tim sent me this big bottle here. As you can see, I've only taken probably about a quarter out of it. It's going to go down a treat. I was hoping to share this, but no such luck at the moment. Better put the top back on. Actually, we'll fill her up a little bit. So yeah, hope you guys are all going well. I'm filming this on a new phone as well, so yeah, hope so. Chris, stuck out in the garage so I don't sort of upset the rest of the household. They're all in the nice warm lounge watching TV, so I'm stuck in the cold garage. But I'd rather be in here than watching TV. Exactly right, Mike. That's definitely what the main difference is, that sort of candy sweetness in there, and which I really like. It's sort of, yeah, it's got like a candy apple but a candied orange almost, I guess you could say, on both the aroma and the flavour. Yeah, I actually enjoy both of them for different reasons. Tim's is, if you're looking the hops are probably popping through a bit more on Tim's because mine, the toffee malt's muddying the waters a little bit. So this is probably a crisper, more hop forward Pilsnerillo. Cheers, Stas. Thanks for dropping by. Question from Dave about how they've been conditioned. So Tim's is out of the keg, mine's out of the bottle. So this is the very first bottle I've tried. So yeah, and Tim's first taste of Tim's. So I just wanted to go in there blind. Yeah, what else can I tell you? Not too much else. So yeah, obviously, if you watch the beginning of the video, this is a liquid yeast. So it's the German lager WLP 830. This is a dry yeast, the W3470. So yeah, there are a few differences: keg condition, bottle condition, liquid yeast, dry yeast. No sort of crystal malts in here. A little bit of crystal malt. So what was it, 4% toffee in there? A little bit higher in ABV, 5%, 6%. So yeah, a little bit more malt character coming through from my beer than Tim's, but I think Tim's sort of showcases the Amarillo a little bit better. So yeah, that is great, Tim. Not really sure if I'm picking up much yeast, to be honest. Tim's has got a real nice dry back end. They both finished 1007, 1008, but the toffee malt is probably countering the dryness in this one. Yeah. Oh, don't know what else to say, but two good beers. Very happy with my first attempt at a Pilsner / lager, or in that sort of category. Tim's an old hand, he's done a few, and I think if I was wanting to go for a nice crisp Pilsner with some nice juicy citrus from the Amarillo coming through, I'd probably grab your one, Tim, to be honest. If you're looking for a little bit more from the malts, then this might be the way to go. If you're into the sort of candied fruit sort of aspect. But very happy with that. So I think that's me done, guys. What are we up to? 16 minutes, so don't want to turn this into a long waffle session. We've got a little bit of lacing on each as well, and it's sort of keeping that bit of a ring there. We both had, so Tim's had the Flaked Barley and I had the Gladiator or Carapils to try and form some sort of head, but it has created that little bit of lacing. Actually getting a much better idea of the colour there. So Tim's is a little bit lighter straw colour there. So yeah, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and thanks again Tim for the big bottle there. Cheers Dave, cheers Chris and Mike and Matt, and I think I saw another Dave. I'll go and enjoy the rest of this in the lounge where there's a little bit more heat. Cheers Dave, you enjoy your evening when you get home from work. I'll put, like I say, I've got some info on the recipes, so I'll put them down below and I'll break them up into the two different beers, and then you can sort of go through it if you want. If you've got any questions, just fire out a comment and I'll respond to that. And yeah, that's me done, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully the new camera has done a slightly better live stream than the last camera, which was on its last legs. So we will catch you in the next video. Over and out, guys. Thanks for watching.